Today, we are confronting a powerful force that resides within all of us, the fear of being seen. It's a fear that pulses beneath the surface, whispering doubts and casting shadows on all of our potential. But let me assure you, sitting here today, this fear is not a weakness. It's a testament to our humanity. And let's commit right now together that we are no longer going to allow this fear to control us, to keep us trapped, to keep us playing small, to prevent us from going after our dreams. As we step into this next level, it's easy to get tangled up in the weight of judgment and vulnerability and the what ifs. And this special meditation that I'm taking you through today that's designed to do while you're multitasking, while you're walking, while you're cleaning, in some form of movement, is meant to use over and over again to shift you out of that fear state that can often lead you into being in paralysis and put you into a place of movement where you're making those steps and you're getting more and more visible, and your tolerance to being seen and your acceptance to being seen and shining your light becomes more and more familiar and comfortable and therefore safe to you. I'm honored that you're feeling trusting and willing and open to allow me to guide you to help you get to the other side. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. This is going to be a life-changing episode for you. And ideally, I would want you to be listening to this in a setting that gives you some form of peace and relaxation, whatever that means for you. But on the other hand, if you're like, I'm listening at work, Tiffany, I'm sitting in traffic listening to this, I'm on an airplane, I'm somewhere chaotic, I also want you to trust that you're listening to this right now at this very time because you were divinely led here and you're divinely supposed to be listening to it. And for whatever reason, you are divinely supposed to be listening, doing exactly what you're doing right now. So don't let your ego tell you, oh, I shouldn't listen right now. I should listen later because we're doing this exercise. Then listen to the episode again. This is designed for you to listen over and over again, just as my summer abundance walks are. And if you do not have my summer abundance walks, my guided meditation series, it's free. You need to get it. The link's in the show notes. You can go to projectmewithtiffany.com/summer abundance. I am doing a version of my guided movement meditation to help you manage and conquer the fear of being seen and emerge as the architect of your own narrative and be the author of your own destiny. And you are the main star of your life, and really feel safer and empowered and awkwardly comfortable to step into this new version of you, the version of you where this fear is a whisper. I'm not going to tell you it won't exist because that's just not true. And we don't blow smoke over here at Project Me. Well, unless it's a certain kind of smoke, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my fellow smokers. You might be watching this on YouTube, and this could also be something really great for you to do at a different time. If you're not watching on YouTube, make sure you go subscribe over there, drop a comment, because sometimes it's really cool for you to be able to see my energy and be able to feel it, where you can grab on to that lightness, but it's a lightness that has a power within it. We're going to embark on this transformative exploration as one united collective force, all the millions of people who are listening to this exact episode, who are learning probably for the first time, oh my God, this is what has me overwhelmed. This is what has me so exhausted. This is what puts me in an overthinking, overanalyzing spiral. This is what puts me in analysis paralysis. This is why I don't complete everything. This is why I take 5 steps forward and 10 steps back. Ultimately, what's beneath all of that when I peel it away is a fear of being seen, a fear of being exposed, a fear of dangling out there for people to pick on and judge and critique. And the more I'm out there, I'm going to have to pay a price. I'm sure you've heard that expression, the price of fame. Well, what do you think that's rooted in, whoever came up in that? A lot of these expressions that are so common, and I know there's people all over the world listening. Shout out to all my internationals. I love you guys. And I'd love to know, by the way. So comment on YouTube or DM me on Instagram or TikTok at Project Me with Tiffany. You can also always reply to any of our emails that I send out to you. Our email list is very special. It's called the Secret Posse Weekly Digest, where in less than 30 seconds, you are getting shifted into a different energy. And they are written by me, not a bot, not AI, not a virtual assistant. So you'll be able to feel that. And there's a lot of personal stories in there that I know you'll resonate with. And that link's also in the show notes as well. What was my point of saying all this? So many people are struggling with this in silence and didn't know. And now you are starting to know, you're starting to connect the dots. If you listened to the last episode, if you haven't, you need to prioritize listening to that. It doesn't have to be listened to right now, can listen after this. So trust that you've landed on this one. And this is something, when we learn something profound, something life-changing about ourselves, we need a moment to process it, especially when it's the thing that's been holding us back. Because ultimately, what we do as human beings, what animals do, if you have a dog, a cat, you observe animals, they are always trying to stay safe, right? So we do the same thing. So give yourself some compassion, please, on going, God, this is so obvious. Why didn't I see it? I've been through a million years of therapy. Why didn't I see it? I've been through probably more therapy than anyone, I feel like. And this was never pointed out to me before. This is why I'm sharing about it. Because if we're really seen for who we are, that whole price of fame deal, it's like, I'm going to have to pay a price. I'm going to have to sacrifice something. I'm going to have to lose something if I'm that exposed and I'm that visible. If I put my story out in a book, there's going to be people in my family that are going to be pissed that I told a story, even though it's my version and my truth. And then I'm not going to be invited to holiday dinners. And then what? And then I'm going to be alone in this world. And that's what the real fear is when we keep peeling it back. So what I'm taking you through today is going to help you get to the root of the fear. It's not the fear of public speaking. It's not the fear of showing your face on social media. It's not the fear that you think you aren't a great writer, so you can't have a book. It's not a fear of tech, of starting your podcast or a blog. These are all just resistances and excuses that have all been piled up in front of the real core of it. And that's always my goal with any of my programs, whether they're free, whether you're paying thousands and thousands for them, whether you're paying hundreds for them, whether you're in my Project Me Posse business coaching membership, which is only $3.33 a day. We are about to end, you guys, my August bonus flash sale for that. So you want to take advantage of that. There's not going to be any kind of sale for a while in there. And you are getting my content creation made easy course bundle for and it's $297. And you're getting it for free by joining. There's month to month options. And you can also do a year commitment for yourself, which I highly recommend. And you save even more money because we're always about a deal. And that's weekly live trainings by me. Imagine having me live where you're giving an hour a week and you're dedicating it to doing this kind of work plus actual tangible stuff when it comes to determining what your niche is, where you need to further refine your messaging, creating offers, putting offers out, what kind of content, how to create profitable content, emails, all those things from getting you from scratch to $15,000 consistent months. That's what my Posse membership is for. There's a reason it's famous and why I've had members for years. You can get all the details here from members by going to projectmewithtiffany.com/Project Me Posse. You can swipe up. The access link is in the show notes. The bonus, the course bundle bonus, is automatically applied at checkout. You don't need a code. We try to make things as easy as possible around here. And take an action. See what comes up from this guided meditation that we're doing today. Because I know a lot of you get stuck in, I'm not clear. What am I supposed to do next? There's so many things. And I get overwhelmed. Then I don't know what to do. So then it's easier if I don't know what to do, then I don't do anything. And then I shame myself and guilt myself for not doing anything. But I don't know how to get myself out of this loop and out of this stuck place. And what's wrong with me? And why does everyone else seem like they can keep doing and going and all of this stuff? And I'm over here and I'm like frozen. Well, it's because you're in fight, flight, or freeze. Your nervous system is. Your brain might not be at times, but your body is. And that is why the guided meditations I do, I prefer for you to be in some kind of movement. But if you have a physical limitation, there's something you can still move. Okay. So even if you're at a desk at work, and believe me, I know a lot of you do that. And I would do the same thing if I was getting out of my jobby job and wanted to start my own business. So shout out. Even if you're in your car, the movement could be, in one of your hands, you're just like moving it around while you're driving. It could be if you're at home, you can do light stretching, or you could be going for a walk. You could be on a treadmill. You can be jogging. Do what intuitively feels right for you. You could be taking a bath or a shower and listening. 70% of you apparently listen to me in the shower, which is a vibe, by the way. I listen to podcasts in the shower, and I find that what information I take in really integrates because I'm in a relaxed state when I'm in any form of water, which those of you who are following me on TikTok, which you need to be at Project Me with Tiffany, and on Instagram at Project Me with Tiffany. I'm usually submerged in some form of water. So you don't have to close your eyes, or you can. Obviously, not if you're operating a mechanical situation of any sort. We do not want that. I am going to channel what comes through from the universe when I'm speaking to you. If you want to see what that looks like in real time and me doing that, there's not something written out. I have no notes in front of me. This is genuinely coming from the universe, and I'm a conduit speaking through you. So we're doing this in real time together. You can go watch this on Project Me TV on YouTube and see what that looks like. I have selected one of my favorite crystals. It's a combination. It is amethyst. So, we know I love me some purple. It's a really unique looking crystal. I'm not sure what the rest is. I love the energy in it. I love the shape of it. But it's not like this is necessary and you have to use a crystal, but for whatever reason, I felt very strongly about using that today. Okay. Let's get in a more of a relaxed state. We often are holding our breath or do shallow breathing or even resist taking deep breaths when we're in a state of fear. Part of that is animalistic, right? Because taking deep breaths can often create more noise. And if you're being chased or you're trying to hide from a predator and you don't want to be seen, you're certainly not going to take deep breaths and you're certainly not going to breathe loudly. For my fellow complex trauma survivors and survivors of any form of abuse or being in a narcissistic relationship of any kind, it is so common to hold our breath without us even realizing we're holding our breath, or to do this shallow breathing, because that's another way to remain invisible. That's another way to remain unheard. It's another way to not be discovered. It's another way to remain silent because that felt safer. So we're going to start by taking a big ass deep breath. I want it to be loud. Something I do is I will flutter my lips. So I'm going to do it for you on here. I'm curious how this translates on audio, but I'll breathe in really deep. We hold so much tension in our face. It releases a lot of tension to be able to do that. So just take some deep breaths and maybe you need to sigh it out. Maybe you need to go, ah. They call it lion's breath in yoga, where you open your mouth as wide as possible and you stick your tongue out. Ah. We have so much tension in our jaw, in our mouth, in our face. People talk about all the muscles we use in other areas of our body, but oh my God, our face holds so much tension, especially if you're someone like me who talks for a living. We're always talking, we're always eating, we're chewing, we're always doing something. Give yourself that space. I want you to notice a couple things around you right now. It could be the car in front of you. It could be the color of your skin. It could be the color of a lip gloss. It could be a tree. What I'm seeing right now is the coffee inside of my coffee cup and the color, and then the cinnamon. I put cinnamon in my coffee, the cinnamon on the top of the coffee that I delight in. I want you to notice the temperature, the air around you. Right now, I can feel a cool, humid breeze coming in from the ocean. And it's just enough of a breeze where you're not going to start sweating. And it feels so nice on my skin. Maybe you feel air conditioning. Maybe you feel a fan. Maybe you're running on a treadmill and you have sweat that's dripping down. I want you to notice it and I want you to feel it on your skin. Now I want you to notice somewhere in your body that you're holding tension. Somewhere that feels tight, it feels crunchy, it could feel inflamed. Maybe it's the same space all the time. Maybe it's something new. Is it your throat? Is your stomach feel really tight? Has it been bloated today? Is it your hands, your knees, the back of your neck? Is it your face? I want you to notice that tension and I want you to say something to it. I'm going to do this right now for my neck. My neck is where I hold a lot of that tension, and my shoulders, especially when I'm hitting a visibility cap, right? It's like I keep bumping up against a visibility cap and it really puts a lot of strain on my neck and shoulders. Let's speak to that. It's now safe to relax. It's safe to breathe. It's safe to let go. I know that you're bracing muscles. I know you are using the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments to hold us together and keep us rigid and keep us safe so that we could be ready to bolt and move and hide and do whatever we have to do at any given moment. But we're safe right now. We're safe in this moment. We can release, we can trust, we can take a reprieve, we can take a break. And at any moment, I need to call you back in and to be on command and to be ready for battle. I'll make sure I let you know. But right now, we need to allow time and space to rest, to regenerate, and to breathe in and let it go. I want you to picture yourself walking on a beach. Maybe it's a beach you've been to before. Maybe it's one you've never been to. And what's unique about this beach is you are walking on a beach where there is no one there. No one is there. You're walking in the middle of the week. There's no one around. It's at the perfect time of day for you. The weather is perfect. You have the beautiful sun is shining, but it's not too hot. It's not too cold. You have a lovely breeze. The water is coming in at an even pace. It's tranquil. You almost can't believe it. Like, how am I here alone? How is everyone not here today? Why haven't people called in sick to be here? This is incredible. It's because you were meant to be there. You're meant to be here right now on this exact given day, at this exact given moment, at this exact given time, and acknowledge how special it is. This is all here for you. You can be walking on the dry part of the sand, or maybe you're walking on the wet part of the sand. And maybe you're walking on the part where every so often the water tickles your feet and it feels so good. And you're in search of something. You've been in search of something for a long time. You've been struggling and can't figure out, what is it? What do I need to do next? What am I missing? What am I meant to be here for? What the hell is going on? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do, why this or that hasn't been working, what my next moves are. Is it safe to do it? Is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? That's why you ended up at the beach in the first place. You needed some solace. You needed some time. You needed some distraction free space. And put that out into the universe. Put that out there. I'm universe, God, spirit, angels. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do right now. Please guide me. What am I missing? What's blocking me? I am humble and willing to take whatever guidance you give me and trust this journey that we're on today on this beautiful beach. And let it go as you walk. Trust that it's going to come. You don't need to force it. You don't need to obsess over it. You don't need to dig for it. It's going to come. You just need to keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. And as you're walking, you see something off in the distance that looks like a person. And you're like, oh my God, there is someone out here. Well, I don't blame them. It's beautiful. And you can't fully make them out yet, but they seem so peaceful. You can tell they're sitting cross-legged on a big, beautiful beach blanket near the waves. It's like, oh, I'm glad they're enjoying their time. It is so beautiful out here today. I'm glad I'm seeing that. But the energy of this person feels so familiar to you. You feel so drawn to this person. There's something magnetic about it. And you are curious about it, and you keep walking towards them. And you're like, wow, this person looks familiar. Do I know who this person is? Maybe I do. God, I don't really want to run into anyone I know today. I need time by myself, but this person looks so familiar. Huh, how weird. And as you get closer, this person is looking right at you into your eyes with a beautiful smile, a calming, reassuring, grounding, sincere, genuine, safe smile. And you start wondering if you're hallucinating at this point because you see that it's you. It's a you you've never seen before. It's a you that is so beautiful and is so peaceful and in such serenity and in such trust. There's no weight of the world on your shoulders. There's no pressure. There's no fear. There's no exhaustion. There's no turmoil. And it's the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen. That it's almost hard to believe that you're seeing it because it's really what you've wanted your entire life, but you didn't even know if it was possible. And here it is right in front of you. Here he is. Here she is. And you are compelled to ask a question. You want to reach out and touch this person, but you know it's you. And you don't. You know you don't need to. But you go and sit beside her or him. And you can feel that energetic frequency radiating. I'm real, she says. I'm real. I'm your higher self. You wouldn't be seeing me if I wasn't already in existence within you. That's why you're seeing me. You called me in here today. I've been here all along. I'm real. You can trust it. And you ask her, what is it that you need to tell me? What is it that I need to know? I know there's something I need to know. I know there's something I'm missing. I know there's some kind of direction. What is it that I need to know in order to have the life that I so deeply crave and yet equally feel so terrified to have or to build it? And she doesn't say anything for a moment. Your nervous system kicks in because you want the answers. You want them all now. You want everything right now. Your higher self requires a great deal of patience and space and time because the most profound pieces of guidance and wisdom don't come in a rush, don't come in a flurry, don't come in a force, don't come in a neatly bound little package. They come when we are willing and open receptors to hearing it. What is she saying to you? And if nothing's coming up, it will. It will come up. It just hasn't come up yet because you need to be willing to receive it. So keep saying, I'm willing to receive any message you have for me. I'm willing to. And she says, you're safe. You're safe no matter what, my loved one. You are safe no matter what you do in this life. You are safe. You are secure. You are supported. I know you didn't feel that way many, many times in your life. And you think the more that you shine and the more that you soar and the more that you grow and the more that you share and the more that you ask for what you need, the more exposed, the more vulnerable, the more risk that there is involved. And while, yes, it feels that way, this is how you ascend to reach your highest self. The very thing that you've been avoiding, the very thing that you've been hiding from, the very thing that you've been resisting is the very thing that you need to do to have everything you want. It's on the other side of it. And if the people talk about you, if the people abandon you, if the people ghost you, if the people don't want to be friends with you, they weren't supposed to be on this journey anyway with you. And while, yes, that's painful, at the moment, it's temporary pain. And the most beautiful, supportive, trustworthy, genuine people will come in to more than fill any of the people, places, and things that you lose along the way. But my love, what you are losing by not doing it is yourself. You're losing yourself in this precious life and all that you are meant to do here. You would not have the dream on your heart. You would not have the vision on your heart. You would not have the calling, the desire on your heart if you were not divinely meant to do it. I would not have put it there. It's not random. At least trust that for today. There's nothing random about it. It's there because nothing can get in the way of it. And your resistance is what's causing the tension. Your resistance is causing the exhaustion. Your resistance is causing the chaos. Your resistance is causing the stress. I need you to walk towards the visibility and not hide away from it. You can walk as slow as you need to. Just take one step at a time. And then you ask her, how do I know what step to take first? She tells you to continue walking. Continue walking, continue staying in silence. And the first thing that comes up is what you're supposed to do. It's not 100 things, it's just one thing, and focusing on that next one thing. And then the next thing after that, and then the next thing after that, not all the things at once. Because you focus on the next one thing, it'll lead you to the thing after that. We can't see this path. This path is one stepping stone at a time. It can be as simple as you writing your story and sharing it in a post. It can be as simple as having a long overdue conversation with someone. It can be as simple as leaning out from certain friendships without even having a conversation. It can be as simple as writing a 2-week notice and not sending it, but knowing that you're going to leave. It can be as simple as writing page 1 of a book. It can be as simple as today you're deciding you're no longer allowing your fear of being seen, your fear of being exposed, your fear of being visible, your fear of all of that. You're not going to allow that to control your life anymore. Your higher self has always been right here for you. You can tap back in at any time and ask her and ask him for that divine guidance because it's already within you. This has already been laid out. In fact, your fear of visibility, your higher self already knew that was here. This is all part of your journey. You're supposed to be at this very exact spot right now. But now it's time to also move forward with grace, move forward with love, move forward with compassion. You're safe no matter what. Yeah, and externally, some people might not like you stepping into your light. They preferred you in your dark. But are you going to continue to keep yourself as a prisoner of your own life? Open the front door, allow that light to come in. Feel the sun on your face right now. Feel that warmth. Just because we can't see the sun, if there's clouds there, that doesn't mean it's not there. There's just a layer between it. So if right now you can't even see the sun, that seems so hard, then at least trust that it's there. Take a step in that direction and remind yourself that you are always supported and you are always safe because you have your higher self and you're being divinely called, just like you were divinely called to me, divinely called to listen to this episode, divinely called to do this meditation, divinely called to do the work that you know you've been getting tons of pings on, probably even for years, to do something. And you're going to take the next step. And that's all we have to do. We don't need to complicate it. We don't need to stack 1,000 things together. Just trust that each step leads to the next step, that leads to the next step, that leads to the next step. And that is more than enough. And you're on the perfect divine timing, on the perfect divine path for you, because this has already been laid out for you being uniquely you and this unique set of energy that's here on this earth at this unique time period, because you have a unique set of people that you're meant to serve. And this is not just for the greater good of you, this is for the greater good of all. And so it is. Share this episode with somebody. Share this with strangers. Share this with someone who may not have verbalized that they have a fear of being seen, but you know. Because what we spot, we got, right? I knew you had this because I have it in me. But how we can shift the collective, how we can, everything that you're desiring is on the other side of this. And I am pure evidence for you that all we have to do is take one step at a time. And even you being open to this, you're going to start allowing in more abundance. The pipe that's been clogged, that abundance pipe, the happiness pipe, the energy pipe, the money pipe that's been clogged with all this trauma and all this crap. Feel your body right now. Feel that area of tension. There is no way. My neck is at least 70% less tense right now. It can happen that quickly. And that abundance pipe, maybe it's clogged, maybe the clog is 10% more cleared. That's amazing. That's beautiful. It doesn't need to be all or nothing. It's not black or white. It happens in its own timing that works best for you. Everything is inside the show notes, all the links to all the things. I welcome you inside the posse. I welcome you to do the summer abundance walks. It'd be great to do along with this. And you leaving a written review of the show to get the Work Less While Making More workbook as we're ending our big gift giveaway. I love you, and I'm honored to be on this journey together with this. And we've got this. We've got this. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you.